I've just come off a YouTube video and I've just loaded up a TradingView chart with all of the indicators that a young 19-year-old guy is telling me gets a 96% win rate on all currencies and on all time frames. Now, I've just spent the last 15 minutes trying to analyze everything, and I've got to be really honest with you. I haven't got a clue what this guy is talking about. And if I was to try and trade with a chart that's full of everything that you see here, then I genuinely think that within about 3 days, I'd have to go and seek psychiatric help. There has to be a simpler way to trade. And you've been watching me trade the most simplest way possible. And the first way that we start is I basically turn off every indicator that you see on this chart and I go back to basics, which is what we've been doing over the past 3 videos. And we go back to a basic chart such as this. If you need to go back and watch the very first video in the series, then please go and do that. The links are below this video now. But in essence, all you need to actually trade is to recognize where areas of support and resistance are before you actually start and trade today. So you're looking at areas of support and resistance yesterday, last week, last month, whatever, yeah? And as long as you can see a history of where the market's been in the past, you can be fairly safe on trading without any indicators from TradingView or MT4 or any other platform. Now, we've been trading on the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen on the 15-minute time frame, as you guys all know, and I've already taken a 100k account up to 120k. So we're starting today on the basis of a 120k account, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place 5 trades, and that's purely because I don't want to be spending half an hour on this video. I want to do 5 trades. They're going to be random trades, and we will be using basic support and resistance. And if we enter a trade and we get a trade entry wrong, I'm going to show you what to do to stay in that trade, avoid a fixed stop loss that we've already predetermined, and recover that trade and close that trade in profit. So in other words, I'm going to make money whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong in the decision in which to take that trade, okay? Sounds so easy, but is it? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to remove every indicator on this chart that you can see. So remove indicators, and there we go, we are back to a naked chart. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on TradingView's replay mode, and I'm then going to come down to random bar. And when I click on random bar, you can see that today we're on the 15th of August 2024, and if we click on random bar, that's going to take us back in time, and it's going to take us back in time to the 2nd of May 2016. So it's taken us back 8 years, and all I want to do before I start and trade is I want to mark on my charts an area of resistance above the market and an area of support beneath the market. Now let's just move this chart around slightly, okay, and we can see the areas of resistance quite clearly. And the first one that I'm going to mark up, in fact the only one that I'm going to mark up, is going to be an area of resistance above the market that I'm going to class as this one here. So that's going to be my area of resistance. But as you can see, I can't see an area of support to the left hand side. So to do that, I will just move my charts a bit, and you can see that we're already at an area of support down here. But I want to see something underneath this area. So let's move out to a 1 hour chart just for a second and see what we've got. So there we go, we've got more areas of support underneath the market. So the area that I'm going to be picking up as my area of support, if the market comes down this far, it's going to be around there. Right, so I am now ready to trade completely blindly. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come across, we don't need that chart now, and I'm going to come across to random.org, and if I put in 1 and 2, 1 being we're going to go long in this market, 2 being we're going to go short in the market, and just click generate, and then random.org, not you or I, is going to decide on our next trade. And this is what we've been doing. Well, this is the 4th session that we've been doing this, and we've been getting wrong decisions, we've been getting right decisions, and every session we've been winning. So let's see if we can do this again. Just 5 trades in this session. So let's generate. It's telling me that it wants me to sell this market. So let's go back to the 15-minute time frame. Random.org is telling me that it wants me to sell this market. So I am purely going to sell. I'm going to place a sell. And what we're going to be doing is we are going to be coming down, and we are going to be looking for a $1,000 profit on this trade. So we're down to just about, it doesn't have to be exact, there or thereabouts, okay? So this is going to be our first trade, and if the market gets all the way up here, then I will be considering placing a second trade in the same direction, because I see this area above us as an area of resistance, which will probably trigger a little bit of a spike down. So here's trade number one. Let's see what happens. Let's just give the market a little bit of time. Gone into a bit of drawdown, coming up towards that resistance area, and then bang. Can you see how it hit that area of resistance and just dropped like a stone? And you can see that I am already up now $1,144. Now this is all live. Obviously it's a recording, but what I've just shown you here is completely at random. Random.org told us to sell. You can see that this market went quite a way against us, but also bear in mind, in this fourth session, I'm already up $20,000 in this test. And notice what happened when the market came down and hit my area of predetermined support. It just bounced straight away. Now, before I go back to random.org, I need another area of support underneath this market. So I'm going to go all the way back. And unfortunately, it's not letting me go any further back. Because, yes, it is. We're okay. Can we go any further back? Yes, we can. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this area of support. I'm going to pull it down to that area there, okay? So if we hit that area there, then that will be my next area of support. So I'm going to go back to random.org and I'm going to go for trade number two. So let's generate a trade direction. This trade direction is going to be long. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to place a long trade, and the profit target is the same. I'm going to be going for roughly $1,000, there or thereabouts. And let's just see where this trade plays out, okay? So this is coming down to my area of support. I want it to close underneath there. And can you see that support area has done its job so far, but it's coming back again. And this market's just playing around with us at the moment. And this is what the markets do, as we all fully understand. Now there you go, let's just pause the market there, and I am now down 5%. Now don't forget, I've got 20% to play with. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be placing another buy trade. So there's my buy trade, and now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing my profit target down to the $1,000 that I was after originally. So it's just up, down to about there. And now I need a new area of support underneath the market again. So I'm going to have to drag this down to an area that I feel that the market may react to if it comes all the way down there. And let's see where this market is. Right, it's already underneath that area, so I've got no option other than to be quite risky and bring it down to that next cluster. So if we close under here again, then I'll be placing another trade. Now bear in mind, I'm now down $6,000 on this particular trade, and I'm up $1,000 from the first trade. So let's see if the areas of support and resistance are enough for us to continue to trade and get back into a profit. Let's continue. So it touched that area of support underneath the market, started to move back up. We've got no trading view indicators on here at all, and let's see whether we get out of this trade for a profit. There you go. If you now look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that we're now up $2,200, purely based on areas of predetermined support and resistance and nothing else. If I hadn't been up 20% on this account in 3 sessions, then obviously I'd have been going for a smaller target, and our lot sizes would have been smaller, so I wouldn't have even entered that sort of a drawdown at all. Okay, so let's move on to trade number 3. We can go straight into trade number 3. You can see our first 2 trades both went against me, and I was able to manage those trades in such a way that even if we enter a trade and the market completely tanks in the opposite direction, if our lot sizes and money management are correct and we can identify very simple areas of support and resistance, you can manage your account probably better than any series of trading view indicators ever could. So all I'm going to do this time is I'm going to pull my area of resistance above the market down to the most recent area of resistance. Let's go back to random.org. This is trade number 3. It's telling me to sell the market, so I'm going to place a sell. With this sell, I'm going to be coming for a $1,000 profit again, and let's just hit the play button and let's see what happens with this trade. Playing with us a little bit, going up to the area of resistance, I could have placed another trade there. I just missed it. If it comes back again, I will place another trade. Let's just see if we get out of this trade. There you go. Okay, so we came back into that area of resistance above the market, and you can see that again I got it perfect. But I'm not a rocket scientist. This is extremely easy. That was the first cluster above the market, and we are now up 3.3% in this session. We've got 2 trades left, guys. So let's move on and have a look at trade number 4, and let's take another random entry. All right, let's head across back again to random.org, and let's ask for a direction on where we should take the next trade. It's telling us that it wants us to place a long trade. So that's exactly what we'll do. We'll take a long trade. We will go for a $1,000 profit, and I'm going to leave my area of support just where it is down here. And let's see how this trade plays out. Okay. There you go. More or less straight to our profit target, and this time our account has gone up to 4.3% profit for this session. It's going quite well, and you have experienced some pretty decent drawdown, but only in comparison to how large I've already grown this account. So this account has gone from 100k now to $124,340. So we've got one more trade left. Let's take a look at it. Now, just before we go to random.org and get the last trade direction, I'm going to move my area of resistance up to this cluster point that I can see over on the left hand side there, and I'm also going to bring my support up to the cluster area that I can see here, because I want to be constantly in tune with the current market dynamics. All right, very important. So let's go back to random.org and let's take whatever the decision is going to be. Whether we get stopped out and we lose all of our equity, then so be it, but this will be our last trade for this session. So let's hit generate. It wants us to sell the market, so we're going to be selling here, and I will go for another $1,000 down there. So let's just hit the random play button and let's just see where this trade goes. Let's space it out a little bit for you so you can see a little bit more. So here we go, guys. So there we go. We've had 5 trades. We've put another 5.5% on this trading account, and if I just reset that chart view there, you can see all of the trades. You can see that I personally didn't take any of those entry decisions. They were all made for me, and 2 of those trades went against me, and 1 of those trades went into a double entry position where I had to use some of my equity to recover that trade very safely. So we've now taken our account from 100k up to 125,000 in 4 sessions. If you're in a position where you would like to be trading with a funded account with a firm such as FTMO or FXify or one of the other reputable firms, then I can guarantee that I can get you funded. I will 100% guarantee to deliver you a funded trading account where you can trade this system for yourself and pull yourself 5 to 10% a month very, very conservatively. Pop across to Telegram, just introduce yourself, tell me what your goals and your aspirations are, and we can get you funded literally within the next few days, 100% guaranteed. So until next time, guys, safe trading and take care of yourself. Thank you.